and welcome back to Build Them Boys. We now have issue 127 of Hachette's Build the Titanic. Thankfully, no crane in this one. So we've got a slight crane break, that's a beautiful thing. In this one, we are attaching the aft well deck to the poop deck. So that'll be good. We then have a complete deck, a complete rear deck. And that's it. All the decks are built then. We're not installing it to the hull yet. That's not happening for a while. There is a lot of detail still to go on the poop deck. A hell of a lot. So as much as it's nice that, yay, we're still nowhere near. But that said, after this one, there are only, believe it or not, 13 issues to go. Getting so close to the end. So close. We'll be having a Titanic chat at the end of this one. But without further ado, let's get this one open. Let's get this one built. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps the channel massively. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at what comes inside 127. A lot of screws. It's got a lot of AP screws there. And 2 packages. Right, so what's inside our packages? Okay, so a nice piece of wall there. Minor detail on it. We've got some doors and some portals. And let's see what's inside this one. Some funnels, some bits and pieces. Oh, there's quite a lot. Oh, wow, there's quite a lot in there. Okay. Okie doke. So that is everything we get inside here. Let's look at what we're doing. Let's get into it. Okay, so taking our bulkhead, we're going to flip it around this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach 3 connectors to this. So put it this way up. We're going to take these connectors, which is 1, 2, and 3. And everything in this issue is being installed with AP screws, which is good news. I like it when it's all the same screw. Right. Now these do have lugs on them, as you can see, so they're only going to go in one way. That's good. So that's going to slot in there, over there like so. And we're going to put this in with an AP screw. I'll tell you what, it's so nice to be doing something that isn't a crane, because I know immediately after this one, in 128, another crane. That's what it is. And then guess what's coming in 129? Another crane. I just wish they'd spread them out. I mean, we had to build them anyway, but I would just wish they'd spread them out a bit. Rather than, in 5 issues, you get 4 cranes. Bit dull, isn't it? I mean, once you built one, but it's what it is. Okay, let's pop this one in there. I am interested in what comes in the next 12 issues, because as I said, we are cruising towards the final destination here for our maiden voyage, and there's still so much to do. We've got all that rigging to do. We have to attach the decks to the hull. We have more hull work to do. We have a rudder to build. We have that large hull plate on the outside. We have the telegraph. We have lookouts. We have a lot to do on the forecastle. Still so much to do. So that's those 3 in. Nice and simple. Now what we are going to do is we're going to bring over the poop deck. So bring over our poop deck. Now I can already see, again, like I said last month, it would have been easier to do it a different way. Would have been so much easier to do this without the cranes attached. Just would have been. There's no reason we couldn't have attached the cranes after. That's just ridiculous, but that's what it is. Right, so taking this, we are going to pop this. Is that correct? There we go. Over like that. So that's how that's going to sit on there. So now I've got these bloody cranes interfering. We are going to, again, attach this with AP screws. So let's get the AP screws ready and we'll get those installed. Yeah, again, this would have been easier to do without it would have been easier to put the cranes on after. But whatever. They do make some very odd choices in part works. It's not just Titanic. It's honestly, there's loads where you go, why the bloody hell would you ask us to do that first? It would have made so much more sense to do it this way, but it's what it is. See, now the cranes are just hindering this. But, yeah, because I don't want to damage a crane. And you wouldn't if they weren't already attached, But, yeah, that's what it is. Right, so that's one in. Put this one in here. That said, maybe because the well deck's going on, maybe it would be too hard to put the cranes on the well decks on. I don't know, maybe I'm just being bitter. One more, which is going in here. So that's that one in. Right, so that's done. Okay, now taking our well deck, you can see these slots here, here. I'm going to sit those over those. So we want this to click together before we start screwing it. There you go. You see those coming through? There we go. Now it's nice and lined up exactly where it's supposed to be. And then we're going to put in, you guessed it, more AP screws. So we're going to put 4 AP screws in this time. So let's distribute this evenly so we can get these all held properly. So let's put our first one in here. Whoop. There's one. Go the complete opposite side now. Spider webbing, as my old CDT teacher used to call it. Thank you, Mr. Beard, much appreciated. So that's 2. And then 3 here. And then one more. And this piece of decking is complete. Now I am bloody interested in how we're going to get this on, because it's going to be snug and we're going to have to cut underneath some bits and pieces. I would imagine something's coming off to get this on, so don't panic if yours isn't going on clean. When they finally come to put it all together, I imagine we'll be taking bits off. Right, so let's flip that over. That is how we're now looking. So now we have a complete deck. There are elements to add to this. Now, they do say to glue, but as you know, I don't like to just glue for no reason, so we'll see if it does need to be glued. If it doesn't, we're not gluing it. So we're taking these staircases here, and they're going to slot onto there like so. Wow. There we go, so that's one. I don't really think much of these staircases, to be honest with you. If I'm modifying anything, it's the staircases. There we go. So it's our 2 staircases, and you could glue those. Again, there's no real reason to, but I mean, if you want to, go ahead and glue them. Of course, all these bloody cranes out there are a mess. Right. So that's our staircases in. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we've got 3 funnels to attach. So let's turn this one around. Okay. Our funnels are going to go right. So you can see these 3 lines here, here, and here. It's these holes here, here, and here that we're interested in. So the largest of the 3 funnels is going to go in the center. So this one's going to go into there. And that's snug. So again, glue if you want, but I don't think you need to. That's one. And if we've learned anything from putting the decks together, it's also that it was a nuisance having all that stuff glued in, because you could have taken it out and made life a little bit easier. And that's funnel number 3. So we've got 3 funnels in there. And also if you want to modify later on, you can take them off, paint them or whatever it is you want to do, or swap them out completely. If you've glued them in, well, they're in. So that's those. Now finally, we have the storage boxes. So we have this storage box here and this storage box here. And the way this is going to work is they are going to sit in front of these funnels. Now, let's make sure these are the right way around. They are. They do have a fat lug and a thin lug, so they're only going to go in one way. So you just got to find fat lug, thin lug, basically. So this is going to go just in front of these funnels here. Excuse these goddamn banjo playing hands of mine. Right, that one's there. And this one, fat lug, thin lug again, goes in there like so. And that is all there is to do in stage 127. We're done. Let's have a chat. So that's that one done, and lovely it is too. So we've got our decks. Lovely. It's fairly simple, but again, it's it's nice having some simple stuff to do, I suppose. I'm not happy with those stairs. I'm not. So with regards to modifications, and build the model stock purely so anybody else that's building, no matter what their level, can build along and they can see exactly what this looks like. At the end of it, we can see what stock build looks like. So I've not touched it at all. In this one, you'll see exactly this is stock, it's untouched. This is what it looks like. Will I be modifying it after? Yeah. I'll be tweaking this probably for the next 10 years, I would imagine. It's always going to be, someone's always going to catch my eye and go, I don't like that, I'm going to change that. But we'll talk about that another day. If you are interested in modification, there's a link down below to our Hachette Titanic modifying group. Everything, it's a font of knowledge over there. Everything you could possibly need to know is over there. So if you are looking for that, head on over there and you'll get some great tips and advice. Titanic Talk this week is slightly different to what we normally do. It's because there's something happening at the moment in the UK that I don't want you to miss. So there is a Titanic exhibition taking place at the Birmingham NEC, National Exhibition Centre, and it is on for about another 2 weeks. Tickets are selling out rapidly. There are still some places available, but I don't want anyone to, oh man, I didn't know that was there, because they don't really advertise it very well, but it is there. And you can see quite a lot of artifacts and whatnot that are there. So there is a fairly large piece of hull is there. You don't really get to see those very often. But also some incredible things as well. They have got an aft cherub there. So they've got cherub from the Titanic is there. Here's some pics. Nice, right? So there's loads of exhibitions. You can see everything from first class cutlery and crockery and bits of the hull. There are some deck chairs. There's a lot there that you can go and see, along with an audio tour and stories of survivors. And it's a nice day out. It really is. And there's a lot to do. But again, as I said, tickets are sparse. So if you want to go, now is very much the time. You need to jump on that now. Because it's open right now. You can go. There are some tickets for today, very few, but probably a bit late for those. But there are some tickets for later in the week and also next week as well. But if you want to go, do not delay. You need to hustle. But what a lovely thing! I think it's great to be able to go and see some of these artifacts, and yeah, fantastic. In the next one, back to the cranes. so we've got another crane to build. But we've built the crane. So in that one, the crane will... I'm not going to film the crane. If you want to see the crane being built, 125 is your issue for that, not this one. So the crane will already be built. I'm just going to show you where it goes and the other parts that we do, because there is also some more hull work to do. So we have some brackets to put onto the hull ready for cross beams. Again, for those of you worried about curvature and your things sitting flush, trust me, when we've got more of these beams in, it's gonna pop into place. Don't stress, okay? If it is a problem, we'll deal with it, won't we? That's the way it is. So don't stress, don't stress. There are a lot of good modders on these pages, certainly on the Facebook page, that will help you out if you need any help. So don't stress, okay? It's going to be all right. That's all from me. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Helps the channel massively. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon for issue 128 to end out the month. Take care, and I'll see you soon.